I was raised in a divorce home, and it was a high conflict divorce. And I didn't want that for her. So I think it's harder for me because I made the decision. And gosh,
take your time.
I don't even want to paint myself like I'm a victim, because I'm not a victim. I'm just hurting that I made a decision that does affect her. And that's why I would say to any person, if you're highly emotional and you're all over the place and you're going left and right, that's not the place to make decisions.
Yeah.
When I was mad, I wasn't thinking about how like her not having her dad in the house would affect her, and getting used to seeing a mom on her own.
So do you guys remember Tyrese Gibson? He went through a horrible divorce. I want to say, I think it's been about 5 years now. And he had this viral video that actually went around.
Don't take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
During that time, he had a 1-year-old with his wife or his ex-wife, and she up and left him. And a lot of people were saying that it's a possibility because she was just in it for the money. She got her up and coming, and then boom, she dipped. So now it's been 4 or 5 years later, and 4 or 5 years later, she's open and speaking about the divorce and what she went through and how it impacted her, her daughter, and would she change anything from the past?
If I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. I tried my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Specifically, there will be moments where they'll be like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And we're just focusing on these things. You don't have a certain person in your life to check you and say, sis, what about this? What about this? What about these strengths? What about what he's not doing? That can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you may not be thinking about when you're in upset. Those moments, you need somebody to be the person for that person.
I tried watching the full interview, but it was kind of cringy. She was all over the place. It seemed like she was giving more of she acted like she didn't want to be a victim in it, but more of a victim mentality. A lot of things of what she said actually was kind of contradicting, but, you know, I say watch the interview for yourself. Now, Tyrese had responded, and this was his response.
Look, man, I was not going to respond to this video of my ex that's now gone viral. She is loving it. Congratulations, you went viral again over something else that you said, because you're trying to build up your YouTube page and get your followers up. Listen, man, listen. If you had people in your ear that influenced you into leaving your husband and your 1-year-old child, your innocent 1-year-old child, we both were divorcee kids, grew up in toxic environments, torn in between our old family, new family, stepfather, stepmother. That's a life that we both lived.
Word. And
you packed up a 1-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras, and I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage and my family. You're heartless.
I think listening to her interview and listening to Tyrese and everything and how they go about it, I mean, you can obviously see who was the real problem here. She got a lot of excuses on what happened, this, that, and the third, and some of it could be true. Some of it could be true, some of it could not be true. You know, we all got to go through things to grow from it. At the same time, sometimes we put ourselves in things when we know it's wrong. We just trying to capitalize off of it. And he said in his video, in his response a few times, he said that she's doing nothing but having a victim mentality, and she's trying to monetize off this and monetize women that's actually going through problems. He basically said, we didn't go through no problems. You wanted no physical abuse, no mental abuse, nothing. You just wanted to get up out of this because you thought it was a come up to divorce a millionaire. At the end of the day, yo, gotta watch out for who you taking advice from, basically.
I don't know who needs to hear it, but check it out. Tell me if I'm lying. It's nothing more sexier than a woman touching her lips together and shutting the fuck up. I'm going.
Fact of life, women always have more questions than men have answers to.
Great example of this. 6, 7 months ago, I get a text one day. The text says, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. I walk into the kitchen where my wife is. I said, hey, I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. She said, was he driving? I said, I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. Were Carol and the kids in the car with him? I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. Were the people in the other car hurt? I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. What hospital did they take him to? I don't know. I just got a text that said, please pray for Tom. He was in a bad wreck. She said, well, you don't know anything. What do you know? I know you need to pray for Tom. I just got a text that said he was in a bad wreck.
Get a woman who says, let's fix this, I don't want to lose you. Not a girl who says, it's fine, it's your choice.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring.
You were nice until he married you, and then you showed your true colors.
You're a victim.
What's your age?
I'm 31.
33.
What's the biggest challenge you run into dating 30-year-old men?
They're broke.
You're meeting broke men at 30?
I'm not meeting them, but there's multiple men out there that are broke.
So how much income should a 30-year-old guy be bringing in now in 2023?
100K
Over
plus.
100K, yeah.
100K minimum.
Okay. And you think that's realistic?
Yeah.
If you put the effort and the hustle
It's
into
very,
it,
it's very, very possible.
But do you know what percentage of the U.S. is actually bringing in 100K?
Very low. I don't know the percentage.
About 10% probably. Like
10%?
Yeah.
So if it's 10% of the U.S., why is that the expectation at 30?
I don't know. We have that question.
Are you yourself bringing in 100K as a woman?
I am, as a woman, more actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that makes you easier to date?
No, it's actually harder. So yes, women that are intelligent and make more money than men, it's harder to date.
I don't think it's your money or your intellectual that's actually making it harder for men to date you. I can pick a few other reasons. And then I'll say this. I mean, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I'm pretty sure making 100K or more as a stripper don't necessarily count as a hard-working, honest job. I mean, I guess it is at the end of the day. I mean, but she got a whole boob out. Like, it's just something covering it up. Then you can complain about, oh, the broke man don't come towards me. I'm pretty sure no man comes towards you. No man that's making 100K or more actually probably want to date you. I'm pretty sure he want to date somebody that's a little bit more modest, a little bit less combative, and a little bit more feminine. Way more feminine, actually.
No.
Working men,
Yeah.
most providers, the ones y'all want, I think would say, I want to provide the platform and the space for you to have a stress-free, carefree life. But unfortunately, we live in a society where Lunchables are $25 each. And, it costs almost $100 to fill up a Kia Elantra. Like the price of living is not the same.
Not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
So you think women would be more attracted to a man in a relationship even if they didn't know that they were in a relationship?
Yeah. A lot of young men have this experience. No women pay attention to them for a long time until they get a girlfriend. Suddenly they're getting sexual validation, romantic validation, and suddenly other women are paying attention to them. And they don't even know what changed. In biology, that's called mate choice copying, when females are more attracted to a male that's valued by other females.
Right.
If a man has a girlfriend already, he knows, at least there's one woman out there who values me. And he kind of internalizes that validation and then radiates it outwards, and then other women pay attention to that.
It was a study that was done. It took a male gorilla and placed him by himself, and there was other female gorillas around, and none of the female gorillas actually chose him at all. Then they took a male gorilla, that same male gorilla, and they put females around him, and other females started to migrate towards him because, they was socially choosing. And we do that now in our own society. I mean, if you go into clubs, if you go into social places, where there's a man with women surrounding him, the other women try to migrate over there to that. Men pay prices to get women around them, and if women see that this man got the status, the confidence, he got the money to bring these type of women in, then they're going to migrate over and say, hey, let me see if I can get a piece of this cake myself.
What do you look for in a man?
Oh, I can bear almost anything as long as he has clean teeth.
I look for kindness and sincerity most of all.
I think personality, warmth and affection for children are the main things.
I don't know really. Physique, interest.
Do you think looks are important?
Sometimes, all depends on the man.
What about money?
Money's not important.
Would you marry an ugly man?
I've married one.
What's your craziest confession?
This guy's 20 minutes after I his best friend.
Okay.
I 3 dudes in one night, and it was the Natty Championships of UGA.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Third one actually ate the second one out of my so that was funny. They both came in me.
Hey.
Hold up.
Cheated on my boyfriend with the guy I told him not to worry about.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus, nigga?
It's crazy how a good man will put up with a woman's nonsense for far too long, because these men want so badly to maintain the promises made in the relationship. He will pretty much self-destruct until his woman leaves him. It's kind of messed up.
You don't find that suspicious?
Do you co-sign on the hoflation theory?
I believe, the women today are very low value, and so it's funny because the simulation is like men ain't shit is kind of the thing everybody's saying. Don't need a man, and it's funny that someone brought up Beyonce because she's living the exact opposite of what she's singing. She's just making money because she knows how to make money in a hoflationary environment. You know, smart woman. She's like, I'm just going to pretend to be a hoe, but then actually privately I'm going to be like super.
Hey, look, I think Candace Owens should win Woman of the Year a few times in a row, because she just spit straight facts, you know, and she exemplified what men would love in a woman, you know, to stay away from degeneracy, how she dress, how she speak, how she think. You know, I think a lot of guys love the way that she carries herself. As far as what she said, it's 100%. I mean, think about it. Beyonce, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, so many other rappers, so many women are capitalizing off victimizing women, you know, off of being single, being independent, you know, being a 304. They capitalize off this stuff. So they're having a woman in a certain way and keep her there and make their money off that woman while they live in the life that these women should actually be trying to live. I really think that women are starting to wake up to this, though, and seeing like, all right, I'm just listening to it for entertainment. So there's a difference between listening to something for entertainment versus listening to something because you think this is what the person that's rapping it or who's singing it actually believe, and this is something that you actually believe yourself. And I just put it like this, fellas. If you come across a woman that idolizes these type of women, she's not wife material.
She belongs to the streets.
Hey, take this time to go watch another video for me. It'll really help me in the algorithm of YouTube. That being said, I'm going to give y'all 2 to the side. I'm out.